Hello everyone. In this lesson, I'm going to introduce you all to Adobe Photoshop software. Photoshop is a paints program, unlike CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator, which are vector programs. Photoshop is used for raster image editing, graphic designing to create amazing photo montages and photo collages for fashion design presentation boards. It can be used for interior designing, to create graphics for web designing, digital art, and to create other advertisement materials. Photoshop is used to correct and edit photos, adjust raster image composition, correct the lighting, and make a subject look the best. When you double click on the Photoshop icon, you will see an image that is created in Photoshop, something like this, and then you will be prompted to create a new file of your choice. You can open a recently created file, you can create print type of file, or you can create a new file for film, video, and animation. You can see that I have selected A5 size for my new file, and in the new file dialog on the right hand side, you can see that you will be able to specify the size. By default, the units is millimeters here, but you can change the units to centimeters, pixels, or inches. There are two options to set the orientation of the file, portrait or landscape. Please select one. The color mode is selected as RGB by default here. This is suitable to create graphics for web designing. You can choose CMYK mode for print media. Photoshop allows you to create files in grayscale and lap color. Your choice is totally dependent on the end use of the image. The resolution of the file must be 150 pixels per inch for better quality image. The higher the resolution and the richer the pixel count, the more detail and definition you will see. The background content of the new file can be transparent. With a transparent background, you will be able to see a checkerboard effect in the background. You can choose a white background if you wish. The document window is the main area where we view the open file and where we can edit the image. And then there is the toolbar on the left hand side where we find Photoshop's many tools. Directly related to the toolbar is the options bar. The options bar is right underneath the menu bar, and the bar changes depending upon which tool is currently selected. At the end of the toolbox, you can see the foreground and background color. While creating a new file, in case you choose background option in the background contents, then the background of the color specified in the toolbox will be the default color of your new file. The menu bar along the top of the interface holds all sorts of commands related to files, image editing, selections, layers, and more. The panel area along the right is where we find and use the many panels that Photoshop gives us to work with. The two overlapping colored squares near the bottom of the toolbar on the left show you the current foreground and background colors. The foreground color is a square that's on top. The foreground color is used to paint, fill, and create strokes and objects. Click the current foreground color square. You can select a color of your choice from the color picker dialog. Follow the same procedure to set the color of background. Alternatively, you can hover over your Photoshop project outside the color picker window. Your cursor will turn into an eyedropper icon. This allows you to click the color you want to select in your Photoshop image to select a color. It is important to note down the hex codes for future reference. Hex codes are color codes expressed as hexadecimal values. Now I'm going to show you all how to use the Move tool. The Move tool allows you to move an entire image present in a layer or a portion of the selected image by dragging it with your mouse or using your keyboard arrow keys. Firstly, you have to open a file and then you have to create a new file in which you will place the image of the opened file. I'm creating a new file in A4 size. Now I'm going to take the Move tool, click on the image in the opened file and drag and place this image on my new file. You can see I'm able to move this image on my new file wherever I want by using the Move tool. The transform feature allows users to alter their object or selection in a variety of ways such as scale, rotate, distort or flip. To access the free transform tool in Photoshop, simply go to Edit menu in the menu bar and select Free Transform. The shortcut keyboard keys are CTRL plus T. When you select this feature, a bounding box is created around the image. By keeping your mouse cursor on the corner of the image, you'll be able to drag and resize the image. Placing the cursor near the corner of the image will display a rounded arrow and you will be able to rotate the image in this way.